What discontinued product do you want back? Got two off the top of my head. Cinnamon Vanilla Lucky Charms. Hands down best cereal I've ever had in my life. It was limited edition over the holidays one year. It's amazing with vanilla almond milk. True shimmer chapstick. This came in several different flavors. It was regular chapstick that had subtle sparkles on it. I bought it thinking it was regular chapstick, and later after applying it walked by a mirror. First thing I noticed was how good my lips looked and realized it was a chapstick. Burt's Bees has something similar but I tried it and it's not the same. Not necessarily discontinued, but I seriously miss the old Spotify. They removed the voice commands on the mobile app in order to push their Car Thing product. Car Thing was a flop and they never put it back. I had to switch to Pandora because I don't like looking at my phone while driving. Pandora is good but their voice commands suck and you don't hear smaller bands without serious searching. I have to be careful with requests because if you ask for the wrong thing you either crash the app or you get something else completely. Salomon X Ultra 3 Aero Breathable, non-waterproof GTX hiking shoes and boots. X Ultra 3 were the best both, Aero and GTX. Salomon had found the perfect balance between comfort and weight and ease. And great traction in the steep and rocky terrain I typically hike in. They did not maintain the quality in their successor Model S, so they are now even more lightweight. That's because they just traded comfort for weight by removing all the cushioning, including where you absolutely need it on longer hikes. So yeah, a bummer. My parents worked at a gum factory until they retired. When I was growing up there was a gum called Fruitaburst, a competitor to Juicy Fruit. Most people remember Cinnaburst, but Fruitaburst was a bomb. At one point they discontinued it but I still think it was way better than Juicy Fruit. The company simply devoted more to the tried and Tridentine Ice Gum and discontinued others such as the above mentioned as well as Bubblicious. Mine is niche, but Line and Kugel Brewing had an apple bear of some sort, somewhere around 2005, 2010. The only one I can find on Google is Apple Spice, but I swear that's not what it was, but it was amazing. Like, we went around to every place we could find it and bought it out. Amazing. This post has also brought up a lot of memories, as well as exposing how bad my memory is. Additionally, I wouldn't mind a pair of Reebok pumps right now. iPods. I miss having a device for just music, where I can make playlists. And yeah, Spotify, Google Music, Bleg. I'd like to know that I'm not going to lose my music just because some streaming service or the artist decided to remove it from the platform. The day I lost my iPod after they were discontinued was the day I lost my passion for music, and I haven't been able to find a decent way to manage my music since. Back in the late 90s I bought a pair of Red Wing steel toe work boots that went up to lower mid-calf to like Doc Martens. They were comfy as slippers, waterproof, and durable as fuck. I literally wore them every day for 3 years, then on workdays for a couple years. When to get a new pair and that model had been discontinued. Now all they have is uncomfortable or winterized. I miss those boots every winter. Intrito Taco Bell. iPod Touch though, my Google Pixel 7a is fine now that the Touch is no longer supported. I just liked having a standalone device. Stroganoff potato racks. Heck Racks restaurant is down to only 1-2 locations, I think. Just couldn't compete against Arby's. And in general Arby's is better. But the Stroganoff potato was impressive. The old Honda Pilot that looked like a truck, not a minivan. In that sense, I miss the boxy look of some SUVs. They've all gone the sleek look and don't look rugged anymore. Oh, and also, the Chevy Avalanche that was the best truck, you could put down the back seat to extend the cab. I loved that truck. I remember having Cap'n Crunch Christmas cereal with frosting in the 90s as a child. It was a one-time thing for me, but I'll never forget how amazing it was. I suppose it wouldn't be too hard to just figure out what frosting they used or used to make cheesy hash brown patties back in the 90s early 2000s, when they used to be rectangular instead of oval shaped. I remember them being amazing. There's like no trace of them on the internet, too. Feels like a fever dream. Can anyone confirm cheesy hash brown patties? Talc powder. I'm sorry, but cornstarch-based Gold Bond or baby powder ain't cutting it. Yes, I understand there are cancer risks if I slather it down there. But there are plenty of uses, both bodily and otherwise outside that. Cornstarch absorbs moisture and gets gloopy, talc stays dry. The Milk-Bone Treat Tumbler. Our dog loves these and they quit making them a few years ago. We even called Milk-Bone to try to get a few more, without success. Ben & Jerry's Empowerment. Mint Choke, Brownie Pieces, Choke Swirl. Closest I can get to my fave combo at Cold Stone Creamery, which doesn't exist in Ireland unfortunately. I know it's long gone, but sometimes I still check the supermarket freezers just in case. Breaks my heart. The original iTunes. I want all my songs, podcasts, movies, shows, ebooks, apps, etc. in one fucking place on my Mac. I want to be able to remove an app and reinstall it without downloading it again. I want to be able to save certain podcast episodes to an external hard drive. A cheap-ass economy car with no bullshit features to drive the price up. Give me a bare-bones manual hatchback from Honda, VW, Toyota like we had in the 90s. Same goes for a bare-bones compact pickup truck. Those small Toyota trucks we had in the 80s and 90s were great. I feel like with the advances AI has made in the past year, Google Glass would do much better than it did before. With good enough software available, our glasses legitimately could be a viable replacement for cell phones. I think Google just tried to push it too soon. Jack Link's Turkey Sticks Turkey Jerky has a notorious reputation, but these were very mild with a slight sweetness and I was really obsessed with them as a quick snack. I hate the overly seasoned, heavy pepper taste every jerky stick seems to come with these days. Trader Joe's Soy Creamy Ice Cream. The best non-dairy ice cream I've ever had in my 10 years of being vegan. They discontinued it despite it being a customer favorite and none of their other non-dairy ice creams measure up. I think about it every day. I seem to be the only one that remembers this product existed any time I mention it, but Diet Pepsi Jazz. It only came in 3 flavors and was around from like 06-09. But I remember that black cherry French vanilla flavor slapped hard AF. For a while, when I was a kid, someone made hot dog boats. Imagine the bottom half of a hot dog bun with a groove down the middle for the dog to nestle in. Saves you from eating, and filling up on, a whole bun. I'd love to have those back. I don't think they are discontinued because I see them occasionally, but where TF can you buy Warheads? The little sour candies. I used to love them growing up, but I can't remember the last time I've seen them in a store or gas station. Teen Spirit deodorant. The strawberry was my go-to since middle school till after graduation. All deodorants I've settled with since then just smells like deodorant. See, Teen Spirit strawberry smelled like candied strawberry bubble gum. Pac-Man cereal. I love that shit. It wouldn't be as good if they brought it back though. They do to it, what they do to everything they bring back for nostalgia. They put cheaper ingredients and it would taste like shit. Popsicles with gummy worms in them. When I was a kid, we had Hakuna Matata popsicles with a pop rock. I think that's what it is in English, top and gummy worms throughout. Probably kids choked on the gummy worms though. Classico sun-dried tomato Alfredo sauce. It's around sometimes but crazy expensive. It was part of a staple meal I made. I can make some sauce from scratch, but it's not the same and way more work than opening a jar. If the cereal called Clusters counts, then that. It was basically some whole wheat cornflakes with little clusters of tiny white balls that tasted of milk. Whenever I had no cereal I liked, this was my go-to backup. Eagle metal gas cans without the EPA safe spouts. I have some of the old 170s and 80s and none of them leak. New plastic ones leak when pouring, but at least not during transport like older plastic ones. Niche but probably fabulous Bakken Boys chocolate cupcakes. They were the absolute best and I'd anything just to have another one. I don't know if they were only in the UK or not, but they were amazing. 5-cent candies costing 5 cents. They don't have loose candies in baggies at 7-Eleven anymore. Now they are all in plastic cups for $4.59. I guarantee there is a 91.85 cents candies in that damn cup. Taco Bell had shrimp tacos. Google tells me it was about 2010. I thought they were amazing. I now recognize that trusting Taco Bell with seafood was playing a dangerous game, but it was worth it. 400 comments and nobody's saying Ecto Cooler? We're going to see our 3rd new Ghostbusters movie in less than 10 years. How come none of them brought back Ecto Cooler as a marketing campaign? Literally every discontinued product. Tone bar soap especially. Nothing like having a product you've used your entire life disappear. First world problem I know, but super stressful for me. 2 things. 1 Tabasco flavored hot and spicy Cheez-Its. New ones just have a more dull flavor. 3 Kraft mayo with olive oil and cracked pepper. This shit was like crack on sandwiches. Back in early 2000s there was 3D Thin and brought them back a few years and not the same taste, it disappointed. Super Soakers. They were awesome when you could pump them up with air pressure and give some decent power. Then Hasbro bought the company and made them all non-pressure pump action. KFC barbecue fried chicken. They stopped making it back in the 90s. I have no idea why. How hard is it to put the normal chicken into some sauce before you put it in the box? Come on! Cereal straws were so fun, and also the little Cosmo robot. I wanted a Cosmo so bad, but I didn't find out about them until after they were already discontinued, so that sucked. I have been craving Graham Chex cereal for like 20 years. Used to be my favorite until they discontinued it. I don't know of anything quite like it on the market these days. Subway had these brisket sandwiches a few years ago and they were super good, but they were only available for limited time, and ever since, I've been wanting them back. The Wii. Ours broke and I miss it so much. There's probably a way to get it secondhand or something, but I tend to be very careful with buying electronics secondhand. York Peppermint Patty Ice Cream Topping by Hershey's. I have not been able to find dark chocolate and mint ice cream topping by any other manufacturer. So good. Grilled cheese Uncrustables. I used to have them all the time as a kid, it was one of my favorite meals. I checked a while back and heard they were discontinued, a type of non-alcoholic apple cider that was produced here in Norway. It was half a liter, now it's only 0.33 and sugar-free. Or I have to go on cider with alcohol. Trader Joe's Real Mayonnaise. They discontinued it and replaced it with organic real mayo, which is 1/3 the size and almost 2x the price of the original. Chromecast audio. Why buy a new speaker, while you can use your old stereo? With Wi-Fi and capable of streaming, it is way more stable than other devices. Taco salad from Taco Bell. My grandma used to get it all the time and share. It was such a great memory. I feel like eating one would fix me.